How do you stop reacting to everyone's negativity during this pandemic? That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm Nancy Quinn, business coach and body language trainer to interior designers and other creative entrepreneurs. I help my clients create their ladder of services, what they provide to people, their pricing, their profitability. We go over systems, etc., etc. And this is a topic that is so near and dear to my heart. How do you stop reacting to everyone else's negativity? And currently right now, it's because of the pandemic. So you want to listen in. It's going to be important for you to establish yourself as an expert and as a leader when you have a client. So this is a really important topic for you to listen in on. As a business owner, it's really important for you to learn how to focus on the job at hand and not everything else that's going on in the world around us. It's easy to get sucked into the rabbit hole of what's going on in the world and wanting to talk about it constantly and focusing on it. But what is that actually going to do for you? What is that actually going to do for your client? It's just going to take more time, waste everybody's money, and not really be productive. So I want you to focus on the positive. I want you to focus on what you can control. So let's go over some steps to help you do that. Before I get into it though, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will get notified of future videos. All right, let's start with number one. My number one tip is stop reacting immediately when your client gets upset. Stop reacting immediately when they start talking about current affairs. I want you to literally take a pause and think, is this a productive conversation for me to get involved in? Do I want to just listen and not jump in with all my opinions, because that will just extend the conversation. And it's kind of a waste of time, because that brings me to tip number two. I want you to stay focused. Stay focused on the goal of the job, the goal of the situation, what you are tasked to do, not sit and talk about the pandemic and everything that is going on around it and which family members have had it and when you've had it and what happened. People go on and on ad nauseum about this. And if you're doing that with your clients, I do not think that's a good idea. I think if they go on and on about it, you want to be silent, listen, be empathetic, not a little bit, but the minute you start talking and jumping into that conversation, there goes your focus. Can you see that? It's just derails the whole process of the flow of your jobs. So make sure to stay focused and not get sucked into the conversation, right? This is important for you to realize, because you don't want to waste the client's time and you don't want to waste your time. I think the most important thing about this is tip number three, right? Staying focused on what you actually can control. If you find you're constantly in conversation about things that are not within your control, and instead of just stating the facts and moving on to other things, you are staying there in those conversations, in your brain, with your clients, it's not good for you. It's not good for your business. I want you to look at the circumstances and say to yourself what I say to myself. Can I do anything right now to change the situation? If so, let me do it. If I can't, let me move on and focus on the productive, the things that I can control. So I want you to give that a try. Now, tip number four is respond with confidence. How do you do that? Confidence comes from knowing that you are in control of your thoughts, of your time, of your process, and that you are being the leader of the job. So the previous three tips will actually help you respond with confidence. And I have a free PDF for you below that normally goes hand in hand with my book, Respond with Confidence. It's called Don't Say That, Say This. And it gives you word replacement ideas so that when you're stuck and you're not sure what to say, you can glance at that list and get your responses a little bit more in line with less emotion and more professionalism. Take a look at it, download it, and see if it helps you. Even my book coach, who wrote, this with me and suggested that I have a giveaway with the book, He printed it and put it by his desk because he said it was even a good reminder for him. And I know that I use it on a regular basis. So tip number 4, responding with confidence, takes a little practice. And I think the PDF below, don't say that, say this, can help you do that. So if this was a helpful video to you, make sure, again, you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. I think that it's so important for me to put out videos related to keeping your emotions in check when you are working with people. Working with people is not easy. As a service provider, interior designer, you are in their homes. It is very important for you to stay on task and stay focused, right? So stop reacting was tip number 1. Stay focused on the goal. Also, stay focused on what you can control and then respond with confidence. Hope this was helpful.